Let's do a little compare and contrast the way that the media approaches younger women and older men, and in this case right here, older women and younger men. Tongues wag as Susan Lucci meets much younger man at a hotel. Oh, isn't it tawdry? It's like, yeah, there's nothing inherently wrong with that. It's like they're both, adults. Apparently, I guess. It's like that's a totally legal situation, but the way that they put that on high as opposed to demonize the flip reverse of that, like if you have two illegal individuals, if you have an 18-year-old woman and a 30 or 40-year-old man, oh, he's lecherous, he's evil, he's wrong, oh, he's taking advantage of her, as opposed to the much older female. Like, what's Susan Lucci? Like, she's what, in her 70s at this point in time? Like, yo, man, yeah, she's definitely holding on. 76. Yeah, she's holding on for sure, 100%, man. But it also harkens back to something else that I talk about as often as I have the opportunity, because I think if you just simply follow the money, you'll figure this out. The way that the media wants to approach, and they want to continue to prolong the sexual market value for women, even though there's a finite time. They have that biological clock, and that's kind of what guys in general are looking for. Somebody who is fertile, feminine, and friendly to procreate and create a family with. In general, right? Your tastes may vary, and I think also in general, nobody's really looking, unless you're also in your 70s, to hook up with somebody who's in their 8th decade of life. Media in general, well, they know where all the money gets spent. 80% of the consumer decisions are made by women. They hold 60 to 70% of the debt. So yeah, of course, if you can show them examples, outlier examples of women that still look exceptional at 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, well, you can do the exact same thing that they can do. All you need to do is just buy these litany of creams, injections, surgeries, and different pills that we can push towards you, because the vanity will never ever stop if you don't let it. Whereas if you have a healthy relationship on the other side between an older man and a younger woman, which has been kind of the commonplace norm forever, well, you take a prospective consumer off the market and you just put them in a nice, happy, secure family where you're gonna, be able to produce a large family if that's something that you want to do, or somewhere where the woman has most self-fulfillment by, having a family that she looks after, instead of just consistently and relentlessly pursuing vanity through Olay and L'Oreal and whatever other, fashion and makeup products are out there. It's all cynical. It's not done for the benefit of women, because we can take a look ever since, the sexual revolution, maybe even a little bit before that. But women's overall reported happiness has just continued to go down and down and down as feminism's popularity and prominence has continued to go up and up and up. That's why you never see, the nice happy family or the budding family. Boy, don't they look happy. No, there's more money in chasing around Emily Retta whatever Tui. Oh, she broke up with her husband and now she has her own podcast that nobody probably watches or listens to. All you need to do is just listen to her bitch and moan and whine and complain, thinking that, oh, at 31 she had the same sexual market value now that she has a kid in tow as well, that she did at 24. Oh, fantastic. You lied to another sucker, and, well, you got her, folks. That's why you're also likely to see, and you'll probably see me do a video on that as well, of how women are being told that, yes, they need to have more sexual experience because guys should value that more. And that's why single-digit percentages of women who are getting married that are actual virgins, instead of now they have double-digit body counts, where it's like, wow. If you want to do that, that's totally up to you. But if you also want to run that very high likelihood of divorce by just somebody wifing up these hoes, you do you. Just a little gloss over of this Susan Lucci story. I've got my justifications and, extrapolations covered. Soap legend. Did she sell soap, or was she in those soap operas from back in the cut? Susan Lucci had spies in a lather when she was spotted meeting up with a much younger man at the Upper East Side Hotel on Wednesday. To be fair, though, she is 76, so basically everybody's going to be much younger. When the All My Chill... Oh, okay, so she was in soap operas. Like, I know the name, I just don't know what she's in, because I'm of a certain age. I'm just not a, my mom's soap opera of choice was it Days of Our Lives? I think all of those have ended now, right? Asking a stranger if he was the guy she Oh, she was there to meet, and onlookers surmised she was on a blind date. She approached the guy and asked the source, as the source tell, "Are you so-and-so?" She said no, and she left, the spy told us. The ever-stunning star eventually located her man, it seems. She was later spotted with a man who appeared to be barely 30, according to the spies. They were very into their conversation. But it turns out the late lunch meetup was all business and no play, according to a rep who told us she was there for a business meeting. Yeah, of course, sure. She was with a producer, and that's all I can say at this time, they said. Besides, Lucci told page 6 back in February that dating isn't in her cards after her husband of 52 years, Helmut Huber, died last year at the age of 84. So he died last year at 84. She's 76. So again, he got a younger woman, and you're trying to promote that as, she's a would-be cougar if this was under different circumstances. Go ahead and prop that up. And again, hey man, hopefully she still has a lot of time left. She does in fact deserve to be happy, and who actually gives a shit who she ends up shacking up with at the end of the day? It really doesn't much matter. But then you get the flip reverse of this with Marques Houston, somebody else who I have no idea who this is. He's 41 years old, and then he says some based shit. So of course we got to talk about this. Says women his age, 40, yeah, okay, like I'm 33. Women that are my age also fit this billing. Often come with baggage and kids. Yes, yup. And that's why he married a teenager 3 years ago. Let's stop the cap. Do you think he could actually marry a teenager, or was this a legal adult that he married? There you go. Nearly 3 years after marrying a woman half his age. See how quickly they get to that? Interesting. Singer and actor Marques Houston said women his age often come with baggage and kids. Where is the lie? In an interview with Page 6, the 41-year-old star revealed that he sees single women with children as a red flag. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. The performer admitted a red flag to me was always with a woman that had a kid. For how much time do you guys have? Because we could all break that down in totality, because either that kid's real father is constantly going to be in the bit, or be the central unspoken third person in your guys' relationship. You're going to have to provide for somebody else's seed at the end of the day, and she, unless under some super circumstances, is likely to still carry some sort of an impression from that guy. So you're going to have to overperform for some used goods that's out there. Why would you even bother with that? Not saying you're not if there's single mothers that are watching, not saying that you're worthless as human beings. You might be fantastic human beings. I'm just saying that you're not going to be my personal first choice as a relationship prospect. That's just me, and that's just the way that most guys think as well. They just get bullied into these relationships by saying and hearing from other people that, oh, you're a real man would step up, a real man's a stepdad, no, because he's the dad who stepped up. Stop it. There's so many. If you want to talk about there's so many people that are out there, there are so many guys that are out there that get bullied into terrible relationships, and that they just end up just rocking in a corner, happy wife, happy life, cheaper to keep her, end up getting put on child support for 18 years for a little motherfucker that's not even theirs, or then end up paying alimony for the rest of her days because she suckered you into a terrible decision. What does he go on to say here? Yeah, red flag to me was always a woman that had a kid. Nothing against single women. Hey, there you go. See? Hey, we're on the same wavelength here. But single mothers with children are a red flag for me. He doubled down. Yeah, and in 2020, Houston defended his marriage to then 19-year-old. 19. What's wrong with that? That's legal. That is legal. Maya Dickey, insisting the two didn't begin dating until she was an adult. There you go. There is nothing wrong with that at all, other than, just only a year and knowing each other and then getting married. Like, it's a pretty good prospect though, because yeah, at 18, you don't anticipate her to, even though there are some, there's some hoes that run through high school. Even back in my day, I could name you a few names. Jessica, Katrina. Oh God, there were a few other ones. I think there was a Jennifer in there as well. But yeah, there were some chicks that were out there. They were fucking. But the chances that you get a chick with a low body count in her in her late teens, in her legal teenage years, it's pretty low, especially if you're doing proper vetting, as opposed to a chick that's what, in her 20s, late 20s, 30s, 40s. Like, yo, if you have the opportunity, you're going to take somebody who has less relationship baggage, somebody who likely only has the imprint when it comes from a masculine figure from her father, if she comes from a good, solid family, that you aren't going to have to outcompete any of her other relationships in the past. Like, guys value a woman's past, women value a man's future. Women value experience in men, and men value inexperience in women. They want to show you the world. That's why guys take such pride in taking their girls to different locations, so they're the first guy to give her that experience, to leave an imprint. If you've already, you know, been in a supercar, if you've already been to the best restaurant in town, if you've already stayed in the penthouse suite, you know what? You know what immediately comes to a guy's mind with that? Ho, okay, you were fucking to get into that Lamborghini, okay, you were sucking dick in order to get to the presidential suite. Why do you know everybody at the fancy restaurant? That's just the shit that goes through guys' heads, even if they won't tell you that's exactly what they're thinking. She's now 22 years old. They met when she was only 17. All right, pause. And they became engaged when she was 18. Okay, so if they knew each other, okay, this could be one of those situations where it's like, yeah, she's oh, she said, okay, bye. Well, no, I won't talk to you. When's your birthday? All right, I'll come back the day afterwards. Okay, bye. Okay, for the time being. Okay, there's nothing. If you run into a situation like that, that's forgivable. It says that, yes, they met when she was 17 years old. You meet people all the time. But yes, you don't engage. You don't do anything until she's of legal age, you fucking creeps. I know that it might be different in some aspect or some different places around the United States, but no, don't do any of that shit, okay? You can wait as much as she can. The couple welcomed a daughter named Zara in December of 2021 after a mutual friend introduced them in 2018. Yo, good stuff. Speaking with the publication, Marques elaborated about single moms. Oh, let's do it, buddy. I tip my hat and respect women that are raising kids on their own. Well, this is where we part company. But when I grew up, I never really wanted to have kids. Okay. He also said that his father alerted him to women with baggage. Yo, shout out to RP Aware Dad. I would talk to my dad a lot, and he would always tell me to have your own kids because you never want the baby daddies. Oh, you never know what the baby daddies are about. Exactly. I laid it out earlier, but his old man was talking up that game earlier in the cut. Oh, so we're going to have kids. Make sure it's with a woman that never had kids. Exactly. So that was always my red flag. A woman with an attitude. I don't like women with funky attitude. Masculine. It's called being masculine, being abrasive, being loud, obnoxious. Okay, that's... I could run you down a list of my red flags, but I don't think it's all that pertinent to this issue right here. This guy's just kind of telling it the way that it is. He's kind of sugarcoating it a bit. I would be a little bit more upfront about it, but hey man, that's a different game, I suppose. Discussing his wife, who is now 22, he noted, I'm 41, she's 22. I could have married a 44-year-old woman, and it could have been disastrous. Very much so, because there's also stats to corroborate that assertion as well. Let's see what he has right here. And the entertainer added, women that are my age, they kind of have a different outlook on life. Like a lot of women my age are very independent. Yeah, he doesn't like masculine broads. It's just like, yeah, no, 100%, man. I concur. They are very like, I don't need a man to do this for me because I can do it all myself. Exactly, because you ask the modern woman what she would bring to a relationship, what can she provide to a man that she wants to lock down for long-term security, she's going to list off all of the masculine traits. I provide for myself. I bring my own money. I can help him out in a time of need. I can be his emotional rock. It's like, okay, cool. So you're providing all the stuff that you're looking for in a man, and you thinking that attraction triggers are similar between the sexes. Yeah, only women are afforded the luxury of not knowing how to attract a partner, because men have to understand women in order to attract women. Because if you don't, well, chances are you're probably maxed out in one of the other areas, either money, muscles, or game. And chances are if you don't understand women, okay, and you're just good looking, well, and you're just a bum, you're on a shot clock. Or if, you know, she's just really into you because you just really got into a whole bunch of family inheritance money, or you caught a crypto pump. She's just with you until a couple of those zeros fall off the bank balance, and then magically she's on to the next prospect. But yo, man, wouldn't you, okay, instead of just some chick with a bunch of, you know, wrinkle lines on her foreheads and crow's feet, wouldn't you rather, if you were to ever get married, which I wouldn't recommend in today's day and age, but let's just say hypothetically, if you could find yourself a scenario like this, a girl that's just a fresh off the assembly line like he ended up snatching up here, wouldn't you prefer she looks like that instead of some, you know, haggard old thing that wanders out and just thinks, oh, you know what, hey, I still have my old wedding dress here, it's good enough, right? It's like, yo, that's, shout out to him. Elsewhere in the chat, Marques reflected, there's a lot of women my age I've dated and they may have baggage. What's this may shit? Come on now, in the active tone, my guy. They may have kids, they may not. There's so many different women I've been with throughout my life. Yo, he's not a player, he just fucks a lot. And it just so happens to be that this one, Maya, got my heart. Everything that I prayed for and everything that I wanted in a woman, she came with. Although she was young, I'm young in spirit. All right there, creepso. That was also probably one of those things that did attract you to her. Oh, you're how old? Oh, 18? Delicious. Okay, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's legal fucking age, literally and figuratively. The music artist looked back on the earlier years in his career when he performed with a group called Immature. Okay, in the immature days, we would have light-skinned girls in our music videos. Then people would question, why can't you get a black girl? And then it's like, oh yeah, I only like light-skinned girls. Okay, again, that's a preference, and something else that is demonized by mass media in their attempt to try to shame you to wife up these hoes. Then the plus-size girls would come and get me, and I was like, man, I can't catch a break, he lamented. Yeah, exactly, because nobody likes fat chicks, okay? Like, just get that through your head. But yo, man, that looks like a happy family. 100% looks like a happy little burgeoning family, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's just a man acting on his preferences, unlike so many other people have the opportunity to. But no. He's a predator, and theoretically, if a 76-year-old starlet who's still hanging on was to go out there with a guy who's 30-something, yeah, no, that wouldn't be a problem. Okay, interesting. I didn't even realize that an Emily Ratajkowski article was out there, but yeah, after she's done complaining, now she wants to be a mom. Fantastic. Streets are cold, bitch. And by running the numbers, I don't think that Marques' wife is ever going to have to worry about that again. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.